You're in danger. You're so good with her. Give $600 to a poor person and it's gone in a week. Give $600 to a rich person and it's multiplied 10 times in a few years or less. Here, let me fix that for you. Give $600 to someone with no money and they have no choice but to use it to survive. Give $600 to someone whose needs are already fully met and they can sit on it all they want. For duck's sake, are we really this dense? Me and this little old Mexican lady were talking in Spanish and this old white bitch in a wheelchair said, "We are in America, why don't you speak English?" And the little Mexican lady told her, "You have legs, why don't you walk?" I nearly died. I gave her free coffee. What's stopping you from doing this with your partner? Common sense. Millennial aren't buying diamonds. Why? Too busy filling out job applications that ask them to attach their resume and then enter what's on that same resume on the next page. We buy things we don't need with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. We vandalize things that aren't ours with quotes we didn't write to impress people taking shits. What is something you call by a company name instead of the actual thing it is? The one that blew my mind was trampoline. They used to call it a jumper line until your mom tried it. I'm going to ask you some questions. For every one you get right, Ulta Beauty will donate $1,000 to breast cancer research. Can't you just donate it no matter what? My man is gonna mess you up. Lol, just because he beats you doesn't mean he knows how to fight. Hello 911. I need to report a massacre. Whisper something dirty in my ear. Your feet. Fingers are made for turning Bible pages, not putting inside yourselves. Ladies, what if you need to moisten your fingers to turn the page? Just made me some synonym rolls. Just like grandma used to make. They offered you $80 per hour to clean the cemetery alone 10 PM till 5 AM. You're taking the job. $80 per hour. You got me ducked up thinking I'm a refuse that. Shit, I'm making sure each one of those tombs are spotless with the finest holy water. Annabelle Trina visit her friend. Aisle 6 row 3 bro. Might get haunted, but I'm leaving each shift in a Bentley with Casper and his home is in the back. Jennifer Lopez says men under the age of 33 are really useless. By all means, let's give a damn about relationship advice from a woman that collects engagement rings like she's Thanos. Becky says she found this pipe in my truck and we need to have a serious talk. I wonder how far I can take this? Tell her, you've been under a lot of pressure. Finding you're not measuring up. Feeling deflated. Flat. Needing to get pumped up. So you can roll with greater confidence. I challenge any game maker to come up with a game that rewards kids to be empathetic to situations involving other players / game characters and rewards them for kind gestures and behaviors, and also positively reinforces kindness, politeness and constructively can problem solve. Journey, Undertale, Stardew Valley, the entire Fallout series, Minecraft, Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon, the vast majority of role-playing games made by BioWare. Would you like recommendations? I can keep going, Penny. We can find one to suit your taste, I'm sure. Damn, the benches were ducking up the budget that much? That's crazy. Hi, Jeremy. Benches were removed from stations to prevent the homeless from sleeping on them. We have inconvenienced you and made the station more inaccessible to the pregnant, disabled and elderly, but you must understand that lets us inflict further misery on people without homes. So I go to McDonald's and the lady behind me honked at me and flicked me off because I was taking too long to order. So I paid for her food. When I got to the second window to get my food, I showed them both receipts and took her food too. I paid for it, it's mine. So I honked my horn and screamed, "Get your ass back in line, bitch." A sinkhole roughly the size of 6 to 7 washing machines has closed the northbound lanes of State Line Road near 100th Street in Kansas City, Missouri. Americans will measure with anything but the metric system. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Yeah. Is that the floor or the coffee table? Third wheeling with a toxic couple is lit. Not when it's your parents. There's no single woman above 30 who is happy being single. No matter how you pretend to be, deep down you want a man. Plot twist. A lot of married women over 30 are not happy being married. The cost to operate this printer each month is equivalent to 4,000 Taco Bell tacos, 1,084 gallons of gas, 42 tickets to Disney World. Think before you ink. A student wants you to know. With my tuition I could pay for 41,460 Taco Bell tacos, 10,365 gallons of gas, 465 tickets to Disney World. With this, times 5,200 students, I should be able to print whatever the hell I want. Nobody cares. I ducked your mom. My mom is literally a jar of ashes, buddy, and it's still the wettest pussy you've ever gotten. That wound will never fully heal. He will carry it the rest of his life. What's the dumbest thing you did as kid? Wished I was an adult. Tried to warn ya. Grey sweat pants are for dudes with dick, not dudes with peepees. But if I say leggings are for bitches with ass, not bitches with long backs, I'm the bad guy. Women be like, don't objectify my body unless I want you to. Look who just discovered consent. Shreks with men is rarely enjoyable. Gay dudes seem to be having a blast, so maybe it's not a men problem. I'm married but I want a hot girl like you. Go and boil your wife. I faked every orgasm. I saw every meme you sent me at least a month before you showed it to me. Rich people have small TVs and big libraries. Poor people have small libraries and big TVs. Rich people literally have in-home theaters. Please stop lying. A great way to make passive income is to take $3 million and buy an 8% treasury bond. You'll make $20,000 a month just by doing nothing. Finally, some advice for the common man. There's nothing more satisfying than being prettier than your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. Fact that he's not going for just looks anymore means you taught him a valuable lesson. Wanna play Titanic? How do you play? Well, I'll be the boat and you can be the sea. Then I'll go down on you. I was thinking you buy me a diamond and I'll let you drown. Millennials want jobs and education, not marriage and kids. Alternate headline. You'll ducked up the economy so badly that we can't focus on marriage and kids because we're struggling to afford to live. News. Man throws eggs at newly unveiled statue of Margaret Thatcher. Has the criminal been arrested? No, she died a long time ago. I found my ex-girlfriend's body in the morgue I work at. It was very awkward. Still giving you the silent treatment? The cold shoulder? Did she ghost you? Food stamp fraud at all-time high. Is it time to end the program? The all-time high is 0.09%. Seems worth starving the remaining 99.91% over. Yes. What's considered trashy if you're poor, but classy if you're rich? Tax evasion. Analysis. There are 7 million unemployed and 6.2 million job openings. What's the problem? Requirements. Master's degree, 5+ years of experience, 3 certifications. Salary, $10.75 per hour. Benefits, none. So you wouldn't serve your country? Dude, if I got an infected cut and didn't have $10,000, this country would be all oh, that sucks, have fun dying lol. Why you all think we are suddenly a community only when it comes to killing people around the world. It's almost over 14 years since this movie was released and I don't understand how a bull have tits. It's a kids movie. You wouldn't like to see a 25 centimeters dick bouncing in the entire movie. Fellas, if a girl offered to take you on a trip with her and pay for it all, would you say yes or no? Yes, but she better not be expecting Shreks. Do twins have the same size dick? Now we are asking the real questions. As a twin, I can say my dick is definitely bigger than my sister's. Women work really hard to get this attitude, us men, well, we are just born with it. You are the type of person who would watch a 1 hour 30-minute video on how to be an alpha male. I'm 14. What are you doing on a NSFW question then? I don't go to work. Kansas City Airport. Hell no. I will not fly into this airport. If I ever do, I will piss in the parking lot before I go in a bathroom. Wait till she hears how the bathrooms on the plane work. There are two kinds of countries. Those that use the metric system and those that have been to the moon. NASA operates in metric. Your Netflix binge watching makes climate change worse, say experts. The emissions generated by watching 30 minutes of Netflix is the same as driving almost 4 miles. Cool to guilt trip ordinary people for every tiny thing that might spark joy, while oil execs dip their hands in big barrels of dinosaur juice to lube up every time they have a wank. Guess what? No one is going to change the climate. It's stuck in nature. Get over it. Ever get really sick? Don't go to the doctor, just die. It's the ducking nature. Get over it. We should just pin all the debt in the world to one guy and then kill him. I think you just invented Christianity. I'm proud to be an American because at least I know I'm free. Europeans, guess I'm enslaved then. 1 second, I'm going to go check if the moon has any other flags on it. Call me when your moon flag pays your hospital bills. Just how are you able to type with your head up your ass like that? Same way you're able to read it, I suppose? It makes my heart smile when two ugly people find each other and fall in love. So who's the lucky guy? If you don't have any friends, you're not introvert, you're a problem. If you think being an extrovert gives you the right to bash introverts for not having friends, then you are not an extrovert. You are an extrovert. How anti-immigration policies are leading prisons to lease convicts as field laborers. This is called slavery. You lease property, not people. And when people are property, they're slaves. There's nothing more satisfying than being prettier than your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. Fact that he's not going for just looks anymore means you taught him a valuable lesson. Millennials are treating pets like their firstborn child, and it's reportedly causing problems for some of the best known pet food brands. Younger people are treating their pets like living, breathing ducking animals, and it's reportedly causing problems for some of the best known pet food brands that have been selling garbage fillers that barely qualify as nutrition. There, fixed your shitty headline. Thief returns after stealing woman's car, yells at her for leaving 4-year-old son alone in vehicle. Imagine getting lectured by a car thief and him being right. I like money more than dick, and that's a fact. Then why did you get pregnant instead of getting rich? My son is 4 years old and all he does is watch other kids on YouTube playing video games. I asked him politely, why don't you play video games yourself? He goes, you watch other people play football, why don't you play yourself? I got angry and turned off the Wi-Fi. When a guy tells me he owns a gun, I'm like, oh, what's wrong with your dick? Last time I tried to use my dick on a home intruder, I got in way more trouble. The cops were pretty upset. The intrude needed counseling, and I'm on a list. Just use a gun. Public service announcement for men. Boxers are not shorts. You cannot wear them outside. Don't tell us what to wear. Teach the girls not to stare. Haha, not quite. I only deal with direct staff. I don't have the constitution to deal with injuries on that scale. What does the constitution say about sucking my cock? Small things are a shocking hazard, so I'll pass. Ladies, what would you do if you found another girl's nudes on your man's phone? Send them to myself. When he asks for my nudes, I'll send hers again. Men, what's preventing you from dressing like this? I understand dryer settings. Imagine knowing a guy that can solve all your financial problems without asking for Shreks. His name is employment. I have a lot of Shreks. Is this bed frame going to make noises constantly? No, not in your case. However, if at any time you decide to include another person besides yourself, you may have to readdress the issue. I'm a Celt myself. Irish specifically. My ancestry is from Munster County. Munster isn't a county, it's a province. You're gonna mansplain Ireland to me when I'm Irish? A man with an unwashed ass has an opinion again. I'm Irish. You're American. I'm pretty confident I know my country better than you, yeah, absolute gal. Every man who's masturbated within the last week has a distinct smell to girls, and none of them realize we can all tell. This bitch's quirk is cum smell, and thinks she's normal. Meatball grinder is weak. As someone who transplanted from a state serious about grinders, this was disappointing. It was good but lacked sauce, being hot, and melting of cheese. This grinder is also relatively small for a pizza restaurant. I'm sorry, but I can't take criticism from someone who calls a sub a grinder. After 2 months of talking, I told this guy yesterday that I wasn't ready for a relationship and he responded, "It's been great. Hope you have a good one." And then he blocked me. No effort, no pressure applied. I'm devastated. You're devastated because he respected your decision. I'm trying to lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks. Any ideas? Divorce her. I can't keep sticking up for you. I enjoy you as a person, but as your manager things need to change. I haven't been in late since our talk last week. I didn't do anything wrong. Really? This is from the general manager. He's becoming a problem. A customer said, "Aren't my kids adorable?" And he said I'm more of a dog person. Not acceptable. I'll talk with him. True. Man develops app to reveal what women look like without makeup. Men who have actual relationships with women usually know this because they see us without makeup and even naked sometimes.